What is going on, guys? So I want to try to go ahead and take you guys through my workout today, give y'all some kind of different tips and whatnot, different pointers about how I'm going through my workouts right now. And also the main thing I wanted to show you guys is I've done a video called The Only 3 Workouts You Need, and I kind of want to go through those today. These are going to be like mainly for upper body, but as you just seen, that's one of the movements that is definitely a must. Also, this machine and this variation with these unilateral, where you can pull your hands individually. This is like my favorite machine of like all machines, all workouts. Highly recommend if you have access to one of these to use it and use the unilateral part of it, because it can help with the imbalances of muscles and whatnot. That part I really love, and also I just love how you get a better contraction with these, you get a better range of motion with these. Overall, one of my most favorite movements, one of my most favorite machines. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the second movement. Hopefully we can make this video a quick movement. I'm not gonna take you through the entire workout, but right now I'm doing supersetting and I'm doing an upper lower style routine. For the longest time I did a push-pull legs, like the whole entire first like 2 years of lifting. Now I'm doing this upper lower. I like it. It saves so much more time than doing a push-pull legs, but sometimes I don't get it in the volume that I want, especially during bulking season. Now during cutting season, this is like perfect for me because like I'm getting plenty of rest, and the volume, I'm able to keep the volume lower and increase the frequency just a little bit more. And I think that's something that's very, very important when it comes to doing a diet and just overall being able to keep up with your progress in the gym and keeping up with your diet as well, your weight loss. Whereas whenever you're bulking, you're able to get some more volume in. You need less rest time to be able to heal your muscles because you have more calories in your body to be able to heal. Alright, so as you've seen right there, the second workout is going to be a dumbbell press. Now, I suggest if you're trying to do strength style workouts that you actually do bench press, and that's the other variation that you can do. Whereas like you have like the Smith machine over there. I hate doing Smith machine, like completely hate it. I've actually been doing a lot of bench press in my house here lately, just because I want to be able to do free weight bench and they don't have it here at Planet Fitness. And I'm trying to increase that number and also be able to lift heavier weights while I'm in a diet. But generally I'm trying to do dumbbells because overall I think they do better hypertrophy gains. You get better gains overall, especially when it comes to having a more dynamic strength and more like less of a bodybuilder type of strength, because you have to support the weight in more fashions. You have to support it at the wrist and the rolling of the wrist, and you don't have two hands to be able to control it. It's just a lot harder to control these weights, which means you're going to get a better hypertrophic gains from it. But in a cut, in a deficit, you know, these might cause some issues with safety and whatnot, and cause an injury because, you know, your chest is able to open up more. You can get your elbows lower, bring your elbows lower behind you, which can be more prone to injury. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, and just listen to your body about, because it depends on what you're doing and your lifting style and you know, what you've been lifting. A lot of times I don't recommend switching up your workouts too much, too frequently, and especially with too much intensity, because when you're in a diet, because like I said, you're way more prone to injuries, and a lot of times it can be like an acute injury where, you know, it doesn't just necessarily happen right now, but it happens like after doing sets and sets of it, and then you notice that you've tweaked something, and it wasn't like you all of a sudden just like and like you hurt yourself, but it's like something where like a pain just kind of creeps on. You don't even notice it until it's like the end of your workout, and at that point it's too late.
We'll battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time.
Another thing that I want you to keep in mind when in a deficit especially is make sure that you're taking plenty of time to go up in your weight, warming up. Basically take plenty of time to warm up, because if you try to jump in too high and weight too quickly, you're definitely going to cause an injury, especially when in a diet. It's just something you got to keep in mind. I'll generally do like sometimes like majority of my sets are like warm-up sets, and like if you know anything about RPE, which if you're watching this video, then it's probably not very helpful for you. Basically, RPE, what it is like how close you're getting to failure. Now, majority of my sets I don't even hardly even take to failure. Sometimes in some sessions I don't even take to failure at all, and that's just because I don't want to cause an injury. And also it's gonna mess up your healing time, which is another topic to talk about. The closer and closer you get to failure on a workout, the more likely it is that you're going to occur an injury. And you don't want to occur an injury whenever you're in a diet, because it's going to take you a long time to heal from that injury. So being that you're staying further away from failure, something you're going to have to do to kind of compensate for that is you're going to have to do more sets. By doing more sets, you're able to keep the same amount of volume while being able to drop the weight, being able to drop the amount of reps you're doing per set. And a lot of people will say, you know, don't drop your weight, keep your weight high whenever in a deficit. That's something that I'm like really on the edge with, because like with me, I can really start feeling like joint pains, and like I'm not even all that lean, and I'm already having like joint issues and whatnot, and I don't think it's very smart at all to push past those type of joint pains, those achy pains, because that's where you start occurring injuries. So just definitely keep that in mind. Like, don't push your body past. If you just feel some weird nagging type of pain, just like let it go. Just drop the weight down a little bit. You know, don't go as close to failure, and just get a couple more sets in. You can still get in a bomb workout, be super sore. You may have to spend a little bit more time in the gym, but if you're not going as close to failure, you should be able to hit sets back to back a little bit more rapidly. And also, like I do, I superset my back workouts, like with these seated rows and the dumbbell press, and I'll keep doing those for, you know, at least 5 sets before I start introducing any other type of other movements into the workout. Now, sometimes towards the end of the workout, you know, I might even introduce like 4 to 5 workouts and do more of a circuit style training. And I do that just for conservation of time. A lot of times I want to keep this faster. Sometimes I want to get some more sets in of the seated row and the dumbbell press, but I also want to do some more stuff like arms and whatnot, and start focusing on my arms and shoulders a little bit. And I don't mind doing that to get a little extra volume in on both of them. Very good way to bang a workout out and get as much volume in as quick as possible. But like I said, I generally don't want to do more than 3 sets of dumbbell press and bench press when I'm in the process of hitting other workouts, like arm workouts. So I may only hit a couple sets, maybe 1 or 2 sets while I'm doing arms, because there's studies that show basically whenever you hit like arms and then do like a dumbbell press or a seated row, that actually you're gonna work out your biceps and your triceps less. You're gonna work out your arms less. And same thing if you was doing chest flies and dumbbell press, you would think you're burning out your chest more, but what happens is your other muscles will try to take over. The muscles that you're trying to put all the effort into are being way more fatigued, and so therefore your muscles that are not fatigued will take over and get actually more of a workout in than the muscles that you're thinking that you're trying to get extra volume into. So definitely keep any extra movements and any extra muscle group focus. Keep that towards the very end of your workout, and not try to do it in the beginning of your workout. Some people have that kind of skewed and mistaken, that they think that they can get in like extra arms and then do their compound movements, and that they're gonna make the extra progress on their arms, but they don't work like that. It only works like that if you do the arms at the end of your workout. And I kind of wanted to demonstrate that with doing back movements, it's very important to make sure that that you're conscious of like the angle of which you're pulling the cable. Be conscious of that, because your back is a very dynamic muscle group, and there's a lot of different muscle fibers in there, and a lot of them are only triggered at certain angles. So when leaned back like that, you're targeting a lot of your traps up here. And like I said, this is something you're gonna keep in mind. Like if you're like completely upright, you're gonna be targeting mainly the middle of your back, and if you're pulling from the sky down, you're gonna be targeting your lats, which is the side muscle right here. That also inserts into your back as well. But yeah, just keep that in mind, because with back movements, it can definitely change your workout, and you actually need multiple different variations when it comes to back. And I have my third movement that is like the most, third movement that is the most important. This one is gonna be the lat pull down, but actually the better movement, which is way more difficult if you ask me, is the pull up. But that's just because it tends to work out your entire back a lot more than the lat pull down does. So surely you know what a pull up is, but pretty much any variation of pull up will be better for gains, like overall gains, and just overall, just a better workout. But it is more taxing on the body. A lot of times it can be more difficult, and because it's more difficult, it can be more discouraging to do. That's why I tend to like lat pull down, but I'll go through phases where like I'll primary focus on a certain focus on a certain workout. So that's something that I kind of wanted to bring to you guys' attention, that, you know, so this right now, my current target is doing seated rows, and I'm doing a lot of seated rows before I do any lat pull down work. Really, for the longest time, up until like a week or two ago, I was primarily focused on bench press, but now I've kind of reverted to doing dumbbell press because I wanted to start coming to the gym more, and I've been working out at home so much, but I just like coming to the gym a lot more than I like working out at home. It's super convenient having the gym at my house, but it's just way more motivating to come here and like get more volume in, and I'll always tend to do a little bit extra arms, a little bit extra just different muscle groups, or just get more volume in overall. So that's something that I definitely like to do, is utilize the gym for the motivation and to get some extra volume in, and on some different equipment, get to play around a little bit more, have a little bit more fun, instead of just working out on like the 3 or 4 pieces of equipment I have at my house. This one here is also the same style. It's unilateral, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the unilateral part of this machine as well. So that right there is the unilateral version of the lat pull down. I think it's way better to go unilateral, especially for the back workouts, just because you get that better contraction. It overall just feels so much better. You feel like you're getting so much more muscle fiber activation. I highly recommend, if you have access to one of these, take advantage of it. It is the best back workout type of machine, and really any machine that you can use that's unilateral like that, utilize it. That's why I like dumbbells. They're technically like a unilateral workout because you're only using a singular arm. If you found this video useful, make sure you hit that subular button. Check out our other videos that we have going on. I'm competing for summer shredding, hosted by Christian Guzman. Posting weekly videos of my progression with that, how I'm feeling as far as the diet goes, and just overall taking you all through our fitness journey and our dieting and our gains and all aspects of our fitness, along with having a family and integrating it into our busy lifestyle. We have 4 kids, and we're gonna keep grinding this thing out for you guys and show you guys that you can do anything, no matter if you have a family, you have a busy job, you go to school, whatever it is, you can do it, you can make it happen. Catch you all in the next one.